everybody, this is Erica with Look What's in My Hoop, and I am here today. It is December 26th with my 2023 WIP parade, and maybe just a little bit of talk about what my plans are for 2024. So I currently have 19 WIPs. I did FFO a couple, oh not FFO, UFO a couple of WIPs a few months ago. There's another one I'm sort of debating about, but we'll talk about that. Haley is here. She hasn't been in one of my videos in a while. I think she's excited to show you what she's made. I'm going to take the little, I'm sorry. So she got this dot art for Christmas. These are stickers. And
I dotted it.
And she dotted the raccoon and the kitty. And she did it all by herself. I did not help her.
And I did the doggy.
And she did the doggy. So I'm really proud of her. Very creative and crafty, huh, honey?
And they're all for my daycare teachers and the kids there. So
she has a wonderful daycare that she goes to, but she doesn't have to go that often. In fact, maybe once a month, maybe. Usually she has to go because she wants to go to play with kids her age. That's about the only reason we usually have to send her. But because she worked so hard on these today and she wants to give them to her friends there, she's going to go tomorrow and share. Huh?
And I have makeup on.
Yep, she has makeup on because she got a little makeup kit yesterday for Christmas, so that's been a lot of fun. And no, I don't normally let my 5-year-old wear makeup, but we're just pretending and having fun, huh? Okay, crazy hair. Those are beautiful. You did a great job. Thank you for sharing. So anywho, I have 19 WIPs. I'm going to go through all of them as best as I can. Some of the fabric I don't have the name for. I'll do my best, and we'll see how this goes. I would very much like to have the majority of my WIPs done in 2024. So that's really going to be my focus. I'm not making like definite concrete plans like, oh, this is what I'm going to do, this is what I'm not going to do, because I feel like it's very fluid and it changes anyways. I just can tell you that right now my overall goal is to carry very few of these WIPs into the following year. I will definitely be starting some new things in 2024 because there is a lot of joy in starting something new, and that's what this hobby is for me, just to find those parts of it that bring me the most joy. But I don't like having all of this kind of hanging over my head. Some of these are older than a year, and some are just from this year alone. So anyways, that's that. I think what I've decided to do to help kind of keep me focused is that Monday through Friday, so I'm going to pick one of my WIPs, whatever one I'm feeling drawn to for that month. It doesn't have to be the oldest WIP. It's just the one that I want to work on. And for that month, Monday through Friday, that's all I'm going to stitch on is that project. Except I think so that will be for the first 2 weeks. So the first 2 weeks, Monday through Friday, I will work on an older WIP because I do want them all done. And then the third Monday through Friday, I think I will focus on fall and autumn WIPs. And then the fourth Monday through Friday, I will focus on Christmas, winter WIPs that I have. So that way I'm kind of getting a little bit of variety each month and I'm not getting burnt out from working on the same WIP. And I think I can make some really good progress and get some of these done. And then Saturday and Sundays, the weekends, I think I'll just work on whatever I want to. So if I want to start something new, I will. If I want to start 2 things, I will. If I'm close to having a finish and I just want to get that project done, then that's what I will do. So I'm going to try that and just see how it goes. I like to think that I work through my WIPs pretty regularly, but when I was pulling these out, there's some that I haven't touched in a year, and I love them, so why didn't I work on them? So I'm hoping that this will help keep me... Oh, you put on pink lipstick. It's beautiful. Oh, I like it, honey. You look beautiful. You don't need makeup though to be pretty. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're beautiful. So I think that's going to help me stay focused. It'll keep things kind of fresh. I can do some of the new things that I want to do. And later this week, I'm hoping to do the kit parade. And I have, I didn't count exactly, but there's at least 30 kits that I have, all for projects that I want to work on. And there's additional patterns that I don't have kitted up that I want to work on. So doing an entire year of just whips would not be fun for me. I want to start new things, and I will. But the plan is I'll start them, hopefully not 2 or 3 every month, and then I will carry those over into next year and hopefully have this pile of current whips pretty much complete by the end of the year. But 19 whips is a lot, so I'm not sure how feasible that is, but I'm going to give it the good old college try. Are you braiding your hair?
Yes.
So, yeah, pink eyeshadow, pink lipstick. You kind of look like Barbie, huh? Yeah.
No, it's red eyeshadow.
Oh, it's red eyeshadow. Oh, yes, I see it now. You go. Okay, honey, I'm going to show everyone my whips, okay? So we're going to stop talking about makeup and we're going to start talking about stitching. Okay, so these are in no particular order. I did not put them from oldest whip to newest whip because I don't keep a record. I'm not a very good record keeper, only because I don't really care. I don't care when I started it. I just know that I want to stitch it. I enjoy stitching this, and at some point I will finish it. So for me, I don't want my hobby to be like so super structured like that. So I know, a lot of hands, huh? So I don't keep track. I have a general idea. Like I said, I know there's a couple that I started over a year ago, but the exact date, I don't know. Doesn't bother me. I don't need to know. I know 20 years from now, I'm not going to care personally when I stitched this and when I started this. And if I do care 20 years from now, well, then it's my own fault for not keeping better records, right? So my first whip is from Stacy Nash Designs. This is Spring's Chicken Pin Keep. Most of my patterns will be a working copy that I'm showing you. And this came out last spring. Is it Market that's in the spring and Expo in the fall? I think it's Market. So if you saw my recent floss tube, which I just did a couple days ago, you know I have this lingering cough, especially when I talk, it kind of gets activated. So I have my drink cough drop. I apologize if I cough during all of this. But I am stitching this on 32 count Ren Lugana with the called for overnights. Oops. And all I have done so far is just the border. I did not iron any of these because I was not about to take the time to iron 19 pieces of fabric for this. So I apologize for that. But really, you know, not that exciting. But my border did match up, so I was thrilled. You can see that it's kind of a double line border. Here I started it, but over here I have to fill in. I did about half of it with the second border. It is fun to kind of go back and look at some of these whips. You know, I love Lugana. Remember, I don't know if you've been with me for a while, I love Lugana, and I love 32 count Lugana. But it's funny because the last end of this year, I really moved to 36 count linen. Seems to be my preferred. Honey, please. Sit down right now before you knock something over. 36 count linen really seems to be my preferred linen count for projects. So that is whip number 1. My second whip, oh, I gotta take this out of the hoop because I'm not working on it for a while, is a Mill Hill button and beads kit called Midnight Farm. I really love this. Oh my goodness. I am not stitching it on the perforated paper though, but I am using the thread that it came with, and I am stitching it on 32 count. I think this is charcoal gray Lugana. Oh yeah, that's the right way. So, oh no, this is the right way. That is the silo, that's the roof. I was gonna say, it didn't look right, did it, there for a minute. I love these kits. I have a few of them. I've never done one. This is the first one. I have a couple winter ones, I think a Christmas one. One that I wanted to do for my husband has a couple of labs and skis. It's cute. These are really the sweetest little things. This is the perforated paper. I decided not to stitch it on the perforated paper because I am a hoop stitcher and I don't really know that I wanted to mess with, I can't put this in a hoop, right? I don't know. Is there a better way to do it? I guess maybe if I had a hoop big enough and I sewed some fabric around the edge, I could do that. But anyways, I like the linen. And it comes with all the beads and some beading needles. The only thing I don't love with these kits is it doesn't sort the beads for you. Excuse me. So it just gives you, I think, the color of the bead, and you have to figure out which bead is what. So that's kind of a pain in the neck. And then that's the little button that comes with it. Each kit that I've seen comes with one of these little specialty buttons, and I love that. So that is WIP number 2. With all of the colors. Look how pretty. Ooh, I thought you were falling for a minute. Look how pretty these are. I am going to take this hoop off right now since I was naughty. Didn't I just say in my video a couple days ago that I don't leave the hoops on my pieces? Pretty sure I said that, and that was a lie, clearly. Okay. Careful, honey. Careful. Oh my goodness. Trying to keep this all organized. So if you did see my videos from a couple days ago, some of these WIPs will be duplicates, of course. But I still wanted to include them in case someone doesn't watch both videos. I already have mystery thread.
What does duplicate mean?
Duplicate means like to copy. Yeah. So Christmas in My Heart. This was a very new WIP that I started just a few weeks ago by Samplers Not Forgotten. I was really inspired to stitch this from a couple of other floss tubers that I saw do this recently. And these are the threads. I'm stitching this on 36 count ancient with the called for threads, except I did change this color of the flower. Where's my orientation? I think it is like this. This called for eggshell. What is it? Classic Color Works eggshell. And I swapped that for Weeks Dye Works whitewash. The eggshell did not show up super great on my fabric. But I love that. This one I will be keeping in the hoop because I'm off this week and I want to work on it a little bit more and make some good progress on that. Oh my goodness, I love this one too. This is Sampler of the Season by Brenda Gervais, and it's the winter one. I do have all 4 seasons, which I do plan on doing. I just started this one, I think over the summer, hoping to get it done by winter, but clearly that did not happen. And I am stitching this on Saltbush 36 count Saltbush linen by Fox and Rabbit with the called for threads. There's quite a few. My goodness. And this is how far I've stitched. So I think this was a few days, couple of days progress, not a ton, but boy, do I love it. One thread over two. Maybe like that. It's really pretty. So pretty. You know what? I'm setting this one aside. I'm going to work on this after the new year because I am feeling really inspired to stitch some wintry things. So I live in upstate New York, and we usually get a fair amount of snow, and we have none. Like, none. We had a little light dusting covering a couple of days ago, or a few times this year so far, but then it's warmed up and it's melted. It's very gray, rainy, drizzly. I know you're pouting because we want snow. We want snow. Usually during this Christmas break, we're going sledding and we're building snowmen and we're doing all the fun things. Baby, you're gonna fall. You know, Mama does not like it when you stand on like chairs like this. And it feels like spring. It's 40 degrees. It's gray. It's drizzly. It's rainy. And I mean, I know people in New York tend to complain about the snow, and I love the snow. I don't mind the cold. I do not like having to drive to work during a blizzard, but I've been doing it for decades, and so you're just used to it. But if it's gonna be Christmas in New York, we should have snow. So it felt a little weird this year. But I'm gonna set this one aside because I am definitely, that might be my WIP that I work on this month. I also started by Brenda Gervais, The Light of Winter. This was her new pattern for this season. And I did purchase hers from last year, Santa Stops Here, which is super cute. It has a brick house and a Santa Claus and a snowman. I've heard other people say that this is the companion piece to Winter Rose Manor, which I have not stitched yet. But I do like this one. I started, well, you'll see, I started here and I got the trees done. But you can just pick a little motif, and I think, you know, you'll just feel like you make some good progress. I know, honey. So I am stitching this with the called fors on the called for fabric, which I think is Winter Brew, 36 count Winter Brew. Does that sound right? And here's the, honey, please don't trip over that cord. And then there's also a few DMCs. So pretty. So, so this one and the Brenda Gervais I just showed and the Christmas in My Heart might be the ones that I work on for January. Okay. I'm gonna try not to get these so messed up. I already have a mystery a mystery ring of floss. I'm like, uh-oh, what project did this go to that I just set out? I don't know. Whatever, I'll figure it out. Okay, this was another recent new start, Christmas Land by Raise the Roof Designs. I don't think this picture does this justice. I am stitching it mostly with the called for Belle Soie, but if you watched my last video, you know I had a little trouble with one of the greens. It wasn't showing up on my fabric, so I swapped that green out, which was Fern Frond, which is beautiful, but I swapped it out for Pickle Relish because, is it Pickle Relish? Yes. because it just showed up on my fabric a little bit better. And I'm stitching this on a 36 count. I think this is called Luna. I belong to the Be Stitch Me Fabric Club, and this was one that they sent a few months ago. I think it's called Luna. I lost the little tag, so don't quote me. But it's really pretty. I don't know. I think it'll look really nice.
There's snow outside.
There's a little bit of snow.
No, there's a lot.
There's not. You made me look. That's right. I wish there was a lot of snow. My goodness. I guess the
weather is not good.
was it like Nebraska or something? Got a like major storm yesterday, or I think Christmas Day. Yeah. I don't know. They were calling for like 11 inches of snow. I don't want that much dumped on us, but I could take a few inches. So that's that one. Now this one is definitely one of my older WIPs, Heart and Hand by Brenda Gervais. I'm not sure why I haven't worked on this consistently. I do love it. I'm stitching it on the called for. I think it's called, it's a 35 count Dove Gray. What's it called? Oh, just Dove. It's a 35 count linen, a Weeks Dye Works linen, and I don't have any progress since the last time I showed it, which I think was in the spring. Really pretty. My goodness, why am I not stitching this one more? It's shameful. I have these beautiful patterns and I'm just not giving them the love that they deserve. It's a couple of DMC. This is one of the reasons I really enjoy Brenda Gervais patterns, is because it's not all fancy floss. So this one has quite a few fancy floss, but other patterns will, could be primarily DMC with just a couple. And it's easy to kind of swap your colors in and out depending on what you have available. And I think that's just a really affordable way to stitch. So I enjoy her patterns because of that. I don't know. Maybe this is the one I need to focus on in January. Oh, goodness. Okay. Okay, so this one I started in the spring, the Trilogy Easter lineup. This one cracks me up because of the chocolate bunny and the little bite taken out of him, and it says yum. Yeah. So I kind of was doing my own thread conversion. It's all DMC thread that it calls for. And I picked my own. This is stitched on 32 count Affogato. And I kind of just did one little thing on each row. And I just need to finish the rows. This, if I sat down and stitched this, I don't think it would take me that long. How do you guys handle your WIPs? Do you pick, the ones that are close to being completed, or the ones you could get done fairly quickly and focus on those? Do you pick your oldest WIPs first and work on those, or do you do kind of what I do and whatever one calls to you is the one you work on? Sorry, I gotta keep that throat moist. Okay, the next WIP I want to show, I love this. These are seasonal scenes from Leisure Arts. It says it's by Sandy Gore Evans. I found this on eBay. I don't think it's in print anymore, but I don't think that these, I don't believe are unicorn charts. I think you can get them on secondary markets fairly easy. So these are definitely influenced by, I think, Mrs. Smith Stitches, her floss tube, and I'm starting with this fall one. And Oh, I bet you these are the threads for it. Nope, because these threads are all DMCs. Which, you know, I do not have pretty DMC when I'm stitching. I just throw it in the bag and that's how I keep them. But here's how far I've stitched. So, you know, I got a fair chunk of the window. Actually, I think the window is all done, the border of it. And I was working on filling in the window. I love these. I want to stitch all 4 of them. Another one, I should take the hoop off. So I don't think I'll be getting to this one right away. Oh, this one is such a sad little start. This is Collection Tra-La-La. I don't know how to say that. Ate? I'm assuming that means summer. I showed the winter one that I did just a couple of days ago. There's one for each season. These are the only 2 I'm going to stitch. I did not love the spring one, and I don't think I loved the fall one, which is unusual because I usually love fall stitching. I am stitching this on 32 count Bramble with the called for. I think there's a couple, there's a couple DMC threads as well. Ooh, that's so shiny, sorry. And then this is my progress. It's pitiful, pitiful. I think it goes this way. So pathetic. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's the bottom of the vessel. That is all I've done. Shameful. What one to do, what one to do. I don't know. However, I'm keeping it in this really cute strawberry bag by Jenny Simply Stitching on Etsy. I have a few of her bags. Love them. Love them, love them. And I like it because when you go on to order, you can pick the month that you want, and if there's a theme, like let's say it's fall time, October, you can pick the fall theme or you can pick a Halloween theme. I think I did the one where you could order 3 bags and you picked your months, but I think she's doing it a little bit differently now. So really sweet. Oh, it's kind of a pathetic start, isn't it? Can you even call it a start when you have 20 stitches in it? This is another one I've talked about a couple times and I still don't know what to do. It's called the Pastoral by the Drawn Thread. And my problem with this was that Drawn Thread always uses dinky dyes. And while I love their patterns, I do not love dinky dyes. I don't know why. I don't know why I don't like to stitch with them. So I had done the conversion, or maybe it gives you the conversion, I'm not really sure. These were the dinky dye threads, which are very pretty colors. Really vibrant. Are these silks? Yeah, they are silks. But then I did the conversion to fancy floss and some DMC. And I'm stitching it on 32 count raw Belfast linen. And I don't know if you remember me talking about it. This is the dinky dyes. This is the fancy floss. On this linen, which I love the linen. I don't know what to do. I need somebody to tell me, so just tell me what to do. Dinky dyes or fancy floss. And if I have, you know, whatever the popular vote is what I will go with. So it's pathetic. All I have is that little ladybug at the very top. I don't know. I hate to waste the silk, but I really don't know if, I don't think I enjoy stitching with Dinky Dye silk. I'm still counting this as a WIP though, although it may end up a UFO. I don't know. We'll see. All right, half an hour. We're getting there. Oh my gosh, you guys. I don't know what these, I have a ring of thread and I don't know what project they go to. Uh-oh. Okay, so this is another one of my WIPs that's a year old. It's by the Bay Needle Art, New England Winter. Maybe I should work on this just so I feel like, like it's actually winter here instead of spring in upstate New York. It's a little crazy. It's really cute. So I know when I talked about this one, my problem was that I was stitching 2 threads over 2 on 32 count Picture This Plus. I can't remember the name of the linen, but I want to say it's like Blue Mountain maybe. I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't remember. And this is 2 over 2 and it seems a little puffy to me. I don't like the way my white stitches look. So I was thinking of going down to restarting this and doing 1 over 1. And I might do that. I might leave this one out just to try a little bit of the 1 over 1. Really pretty fabric though, oh my goodness. I might try the 1 over 1 just to see if I like it better on this fabric. And if not, then I don't know. I have this problem with at least 3 of my WIPs where I don't love 2 over 2 on the 32 count. 1 over 1 is a little bit more sparse and I really need 1.5. I need 1.5 coverage, if that makes any sense. Excuse me. Okay. So this one I just showed, this is Crosser Pumpkin Stitchery Christmas Wreath. Very close to a finish on this one. This is what I am focusing on this week. I'm hoping to have it done actually in the next couple of days. I've been working on that for a couple of years. I think I've started this is my 3rd start. The 3rd one finally stuck. Just the called for DMC. There's a few missing because I went through, I used them all up and I have them in my bag, but I'm not putting them on the floss drops because I'm so close to finishing. Stitching this on 32 count Mint Splash Lugana. Almost done. So my husband's laughing at something in there. I have this little ornament to finish here, and then the rest of this I just fill in with this green, you know, the green pine bough look. So definitely getting close. Love it. I stitched quite a bit from Sunday. I did this peppermint, I finished this ornament, I did this whole gingerbread, did this one, this one, this one, that one, and then this ornament here, which I didn't finish, but so pretty soon I will be down to 18 WIPs. And then I'll have to figure out what to do with this. I love, now this is 32 count, and I love 2 over 2 for this pattern. It's very vibrant. It's, you know, absolutely full coverage, at least, you know, where you've stitched. And it kind of gives off, it's a very vintage vibe to me. I did start stitching this, I think my 2nd start was 1 over 1, and it was kind of definitely not as vibrant. So then I restarted it doing 2/2. And 2/2 on this fabric stitches just fine. I don't feel like it's too puffy. My white stitches look pretty decent. So it really depends on the fabric that you're using. Love that. Oh, I'll be excited to get this one done and down to 18 whips. Okay, this was a new start this fall. Uh-oh.
You mean this Christmas?
Nope, this fall, honey. It's an autumn piece. It's another Brenda Gervais. When Pumpkins Glow. This was a new release. I have the stand too that this goes on, although I don't know the fabric size that I decided to stitch on ultimately is probably going to, the piece will be too big for the stand. But I'm going to stitch it and we'll see. Called 4 threads. There's a couple of DMC threads that are required too, but I don't always put my DMCs on the floss drops, and I should, because these end up a mess when I have to pull too many threads from them. My goal for 2024 is to figure out a way to store and organize my DMC thread, because I have a lot of them. And I am stitching this on 32 count Lugana. Hazelwood. There, it's pretty true to color. There is a little 1/1 stitching, which I've never done, so that will be a little bit of a challenge. And I think the only reason I stopped stitching this was because I started to work on some Christmas pieces for the holiday season. But I do love this, and I would like this one done and finished before the fall. That's a really sweet one. I love Brenda Gervais. Oh my gosh. I could spend an entire year just stitching her. Ooh. This is from Little Boat 88. Her bags are beautiful. I just added some of my own zipper pull charms. I have a few of her bags. They're really nice. Okay, my next whip, Little Dove Designs, Autumn Glows. I did start this over the summer, maybe. And I started this one because I wanted to try 40 count fabric, which I had never stitched on. And this is 40 count vintage country mocha with, again, oh my God, this is crazy. All of the DMC, very vibrant colors, very fallish colors. And I started at the top and worked on the border, but I don't know if you remember, if you saw the other video, I talked about this. It just reminds me of ketchup and mustard, and I kind of got turned off from it. But I'll keep going with it and see. I don't know how much I love this one. I mean, I want to love the pattern. It's really cute, right? I think I have all 4 of the seasons. But I don't know. I have to think about that one. Maybe it'll help after I do my kit parade and I see how many things I really want to start, if it's worth it to keep this one going. Okay, we're down to the last few. So this one I started, well, about a year ago. Barbara Anna Designs, Santa's Trips. And I worked on it for about a month, pretty steady, and that I have not touched it again this year. It's so sad. I don't even know what I'm stitching this on. It might even be the called for 32 count dirty linen. Oh no. I saved it. Hallelujah. 32 count Lugana old linen. Oh, from X-Jus Designs. Can you have Daddy do it, honey? I can't right now. I'm sorry. This was back when I put my DMC on floss
I
drops.
just can't tie this because you have to wear it because when you do the ears, it's so hard.
Yeah, so have Daddy help you, or I'll help you in a few. And I did, whoops, the entire border. And I think I did swap out that coral color of the berries.
Mommy, where's that?
I'm not sure, honey. Which I don't have the number. Well, I'll have to watch an old video to see what the number is. I think this is the called for 3801. And it looked pretty orange to me. So I swapped it out for this coral color, but the little sticker fell off, so I don't know what color that is, but if you really want to know, I can try to find it from one of my older videos. I love this. Oh, I should really leave this one out too. Whoops. And work on it. Especially because if I get it done, I'd have a little chunk of fabric here to use for another project. So sweet. Okay, let's set that one to the side too. You know, I could maybe make a plan and just, maybe I'll make this when I do my Christmas week each month. You know, work half the week on this one and half the week on those couple of other Christmas projects that I have until they're done. That would make me feel better. So cute. Okay, next one. Tiny Modernist Halloween Cuties. I'm stitching all 4 of these all in a row. That's very pretty. Oh,
I made it a rainbow.
A rainbow, I love it. That's great, honey. And I'm stitching this on a mystery fabric. I ordered a fabric from To Die For Fabrics, and they sent me this free mystery piece, which was a nice little surprise. And I decided that instead of stitching all of this blue, because this blue is all stitched, that I'm just going to let this fabric shine through because it's beautiful. Now, here's one of the ones where I started stitching 1 over 2, and my stitches look nicer, but I'm not sure about the coverage. And here is 2 over 2, and I don't love it. I don't love this. I like this a little bit better, but I still am not crazy about just the one thread. And I haven't worked on it because I don't know what to do.
I know how to bring the TTs, my bracelet set.
That is a great idea, and then you can make bracelets.
Because everybody can make bracelets because there's all kind of colors.
Yes, that would be very nice to share.
Oh, string.
So, you know, these are the DMC threads. There's not a ton of them. I thought about, I think I did order the white floche. I've heard that floche covers a little bit better. So it's not quite, it's like 1.5. Correct me if I'm wrong if you've heard something different. So I think I found floche for most of these colors, but not all. So then what do I do for the ones where I can't find the floche thread? And I wasn't interested really in trying to figure out the sulky conversion. So I'm not sure what to do. I love that fabric and I love the pattern, but I don't know, like I said, I got a couple of those, 2 or 3 of those kinds of projects that I've just stalled out on because I don't like it with 2 threads and I don't like it with 1 thread, but I love the pattern. So you'd think that the solution would be to go to a higher count fabric, but when you love the fabric that you've picked too, it's just hard. So another WIP, and this is kind of an older one too, is from Mill Hill Autumn Gathering. This is an out of print chart. I am stitching this one, which I think is actually inside the book. It's called Autumn Gathering. This is housed in my Pam's needle and thread bag, which she also makes really great bags. And I am stitching this on 32 count Ren Lugana. I have not worked on it in several months, and I don't have a huge start. Just working on the Lady Pilgrim. And this is 2/2. So why this one's not a problem, but the other ones are, I don't know. It's all in how my stitches lay. So I don't mind 2/2 if it's not super puffy.
See, these are ugly colors.
That's nice, honey.
This one.
I love it.
This one. This one and this one.
And
these 3.
that's great. The kids will have so much fun with that. And, you know, it's got some really, I don't know if they'll be able to see all these, but a lot of beads, and I really enjoy beading. And it's all DMC thread, which I'm not going to pull out because it's a disaster, of course. So, maybe what I need to do is sit down and make a monthly plan for these WIPs.
I missed this one.
I like the gray. And try to come up with some kind of plan. I don't know. We'll see. I don't want to be structured, so structured, because for me, it takes the joy out of stitching. I kind of want to just stitch what I want to stitch and not have to be held to it. I'm sorry, one more sip. You can find this book on the secondary market. It can be pricey, so you just gotta kind of keep an eye out for it and watch the pricing. Okay, and then my last WIP is the Primitive Hair Pumpkin Pie. This was a new start in the fall. This was inspired by a viewer. And I love this pattern. This is kept in my Farmhouse Needleworks project bag. I added the zipper pull. These are also really beautiful patterns, or project bags. I like Pam's Needle and Thread, Farmhouse Needleworks, Joanna 1966, and Little Bow 88 are my favorite ones to order from. I am stitching this on 36 count farm eggs from X-Shoe Designs. Oh, and the reason I like these project bags is because all of hers come with the little, I don't know what you call this. What do you call that? But whatever it is, it's cute. So you can keep your extra threads, you can store things in here, which I clearly don't. I just let my thread go everywhere. But it only has one fancy floss, Ginger Snap. And the rest is just, there's 3 DMC threads. And then I did swap out, this border calls for DMC 310. It was too black for me, so I switched it to DMC 3371, which is still pretty dark, but it's not quite as stark as the black. So, love this. This is a beautiful piece of fabric. It reminds me of pie crust, which is why I picked it. And again, if I could finish this, I'd have a nice little piece of fabric left over. Yes, I think. Yeah, that's okay. And that is it for all of my whips, all 19 of them. Kind of went by fast. So I really have to think about what ones I really, really want to get done for this year and come up with some kind of plan for how I expect to meet this goal. I do enjoy stitching for the season, during the season, but I will really stitch anything anytime. It doesn't bother me, you know, to stitch something Christmas in the spring. So
it's your hobby.
It is my hobby, that's right. So I have to think about, you know, what do I really want to finish and have up for the season. So I don't know. I'll take some time this week to figure that out. But that's it for today. Hopefully in a few days I can do my kit parade video, which is what I'm really excited about, because I'd love to hear your thoughts on, oh, there's so many good patterns in there. It's going to be hard choosing. And I definitely do not want to start 30 whips. No way. That would stress me out. Maybe, I don't know, if I got all of these whips done, or most of them, I wouldn't mind starting a whip, a new piece a month. I don't know. Let me see how many I get done with. I remember there was a point in my floss tube when I said, I really don't want more than, you know, 7, 8, maybe 10 whips, but I think 20-ish, 20 or under is a good number for me. I don't feel too stressed out, and I still feel like you know, a sense of accomplishment from completing some of them. So I'll try to keep my rotating whip numbers around 20, maybe less if I could ever get there. That would be okay. My other goal for 2024 is to try and learn how to stitch in hand. I have tried very briefly. Ooh.
I want to show them.
Oh, I'll show it, honey, because we don't want to spill all this. Haley also got a bead kit to make bracelets.
I can make bracelets.
Yes. Beautiful
and
bracelet.
Rings.
And, yep, you could do rings. So.
And necklaces.
Yeah, you could do lots of things with it. Want to show them the bracelet that you made?
Yeah.
So, if I could learn to stitch, she did a beautiful rainbow bracelet. Oh.
It's.
Oh, I see.
Red, orange, yellow, green.
Yeah.
Red, orange, yellow, green. I think that's a grayish blue, actual blue, dark blue, light purple, pink, and white.
Yes, that is beautiful. Beautiful bracelet. I'll help neaten that up for you with the threads, okay? So if I could learn to stitch in hand, people say it's faster than stitching in hoop. I've always stitched in a hoop. I enjoy stitching in a hoop, and I do it two-handed. So this hand, my right hand, I'm right-handed, is on the bottom of my piece, and my left hand's on the top, and I can just zip in and out. But I don't know, maybe if I could learn to stitch in hand, maybe I could get even more done. I don't know. So I might start a very tiny project, easy project, and try to stitch in hand and see how that goes. I'm not sure. But that is it for today, and I hope to see all of you later in the week for my kit parade. All right, happy stitching.